everybody, so today I wanted to talk to you about something that's really been bothering me lately, and that thing is stress. I have been extremely stressed out the past few weeks, just between things that are going on with family, between work and house, and all that other great stuff that happens in life. I've been pretty much stressed out to the max, plus I haven't been feeling too good, so that all adds in, although I think not feeling good may actually be because I've been so stressed, you know, to wear down your immune system and all that great stuff. Yay! Let's just get the definition of stress out of the way. That's basically just the way that you respond to a situation, or your environment, or a challenge, or anything like that. I'm usually pretty decent when it comes to handling stress. I usually have some pretty good coping skills. I kind of have some things I know I can do to make myself feel better. However, lately it seems like everything just kind of piled up, and up, and up, and up, and pretty soon I didn't know what to do anymore. I'm at that stage now where I would be perfectly happy to just stay in bed all day, but I know that I can't do that. And thankfully, I have some people that I'm seeing on a regular basis, so that I at least know I have to get out and see a client, and that kind of forces me to say, okay, I better go to the store and get something, and then I can come home and completely just barricade myself and not worry about anything, you know, because that always fixes the problem. Not only do I want to completely isolate whenever I get way stressed out, my face also decides to explode. So yay for that. I went to my dermatologist recently, and we were so happy because things were going so well and we had a really great treatment plan for me. And then all of a sudden this, which you might not be able to see it too much because makeup is a miracle. However, she did notice it and kind of discussed a little bit about that and the stressful stuff that's been going on. I have 4 things that I do when I am a little stressed out that if you see them, you know. Sammy's at like high level stress here. One is that I bite the skin around my fingernails. Another is that I will bite my lips. Another is biting the inside of my cheeks. I don't know how many people do that, but it's not always just a little thing. Like I will actually like push my cheek in to really get in there. One of the worst things that I do is I pick at scabs. And I kind of do it mindlessly. I don't realize that I'm doing it. And that's usually like the highest level of stress is when I start going for that. And I won't notice, honestly, that I'm doing it until it starts bleeding. If you could see my arms, and especially like the tops of my thighs, those are where most of the scarring is. And I don't self-inflict, but the fact that I have 6 cats and none of them are declawed, plus being a klutz, really kind of lends itself to a lot of scratches here and there, especially on my lap because my cats, for whatever reason, think that it's fun to dig their claws in and pull themselves onto my lap instead of jumping. Thanks, guys. I have to be very diligent about having band-aids on cuts. Like my most recent one was here from one of my cats. And I had to make sure that I put a band-aid on it. And it was actually kind of terrible because I didn't have like a big band-aid. So I kind of had to make my own out of gauze. But I had to make sure that I wore it. Otherwise, I would have picked at it. So, I mean, it's a light scar. But it's not as bad as other ones that I have. Because, yeah, if I don't cover it, as soon as I get stressed, it's like, pff, I like gravitate to whatever's there. Biting the inside of my mouth and the picking at the scabs and stuff. That has been fairly new. I'd say within the past 5 to 10 years, which is pretty new-ish for the stuff that I've been doing. None of which are constructive. None of which really solve the problem. So yeah, I don't know why I still do any of them, but I do. As I've said many times before, I love my job and I love what I get to do. But it is very taxing. And there are situations going on with some of my clients that are kind of really working on me. And it's not just, kind of leaves whenever I'm done talking to them. It hangs on. I'm thinking about it when, I should be doing other stuff. Or something will happen or I'll hear somebody say something and it reminds me of something that happened when we were together. Or something that I'm supposed to be working on. Or anything. Since I can't take a break from, well, life in general, but I can take a break from work, I've kind of decided that I think I want to take a week off next week because we have something big going on, like the end of the week into the weekend, which you will totally find out about and will totally see lots about. I think a week off to try and get all my crap together, all my ducks in a row, all my other... I think it'd probably be a good thing right now. And it's kind of like I have a nice little break to kind of catch up on some stuff. And then I get a little bit of a fun time. So I totally need all of that. I've been working for just over a year now. And I haven't taken any big breaks except for when I was sick. So that doesn't really count for anything fun. This is one of those situations where you sit down and decide what you have control over and what you don't have control over. Right now, I do have control over taking a step back from work and kind of distancing myself for just a little bit, taking a deep breath, clearing my head, getting my shit together, and then coming back and diving back in with a clear head, which is really, really important with what I do. It'll be nice to know that I have a whole day to just work on whatever I need to work on, or not work on anything if I don't feel like doing a damn thing, which might be the case on one of those days, I'm sure. I'm the kind of person that when I get very, very emotionally stressed, I get extremely fatigued. And so sometimes when I have a really hard day at work, and I get really stressed over a situation that I'm dealing with, I kind of want to just come home and just lay down and just kind of let everything just, I don't know, melt away or fade away or whatever word you want to use there. But sometimes it's really necessary. And lately, I've been feeling that a lot when I've come home. I've actually been feeling it almost like as soon as I get in my car after seeing certain people. And I don't like that feeling. I don't like feeling like I'm letting the situation control me and pretty much lead me through the day. I'd like to be able to do what I used to do. And, you know, whenever I leave somebody's place, I might have a couple of minutes, take a deep breath, kind of sort things through in my head, and then be able to move on. And I'm not sure why it's gotten to the point where it's really affecting me, but it is. And that's not cool. Because now I'm letting other people's stress me out. And why would anybody in their right mind let that happen? One thing that I have gotten myself back into, which has helped a little bit, is knitting. And I know that sounds like an old lady thing, but I absolutely love it. And I'm making a kind of cool looking scarf, and I'll show it to you whenever I get it finished. But that's been my way to just clear my head. It's just a really simple repeating pattern. It's really quite calming. It's not to the fact where I'm sleep knitting, because I've done that before, but it definitely helps to just kind of, I don't know, focus me on something else. And I usually try and do it at night because then it kind of calms my brain down so I can sleep, although I'm still having problems with that. Another stress issue, sleeping poorly. That should be a whole nother video. I should talk about that too. But anyway, yes, people stress. We all have it. We all have to learn how to deal with it. So why don't you tell me what you do? Down in the comments, leave me some tips if there's some good stuff that you do. Maybe I can kind of implement them and put them in with the stuff that I usually do and see if that helps me out, because I need help. If you like this video, give me some thumbs up, love. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with your friends. Share the love. Let's all talk about how stressed we are. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.